The average tax refund in 2020 was almost $3,000. That's $2,827 to be exact. And that's a good chunk of change. These years, I don't get that much money back, and some years I usually owe. But years ago, I used to get anywhere between $7,000 to $10,000 in refund checks every year. While there are several good ideas on how to put that money to use, let's look at 3 stupid things I did with my tax refund and 3 smarter things you should do with yours. Wait, before we get started, let me just say that I'm embarrassed by number 3. Let's go. So number 1, random stuff I didn't need but wanted. I would buy electronics, like a laptop, cell phone, TV, all the big ticket items that I couldn't afford unless I had a refund check. I was living paycheck to paycheck, so that means I rarely, if ever, had money left over to buy anything outside of paying bills. One year I bought Rosetta Stone, which was hundreds of dollars, and to this day I haven't even finished it. This was back in 2009, so this was like 13 years ago. Me and my best friend, we used to go to eat and and we would buy whatever we wanted, and then we would tip the waitress or the waiter $100. Like, we thought we were balling, and we were for a few weeks, but no. We used to go to the mall, and we had this rule that if we went into a store, we would have to leave the store with a bag, so we couldn't leave without a bag. So that meant we had to buy something every time, even if we didn't want anything, from every store. Like, how ridiculous is that? Like, I think that was literally the definition of being young and dumb. All right, number 2, I gambled it. I used to live about like 7 minutes from a casino. I used to go to the casino only when my friends would come into town from New Jersey, because I'm from New Jersey. I'm from Newark, Brick City. Anyway, they took me, and I didn't even go to gamble. I went just to hang out with them. And then one of my friends, she gave me $10, right? So she gave me $10 to gamble with. And I made a few $100s that night with her $10, and I was shocked. So I came back another time and made over $600 from $20. So in my mind, this is what happens, right? I go to the casino, I take a little bit of money, and I come back with a lot of money. Wrong. I used some of the refund check that I had to try to make me some money in the casino, and guess what? I lost it. That was one of the stupidest ideas I ever had. And number 3, I gave it to my boyfriend to flip. This has to be the most embarrassing thing I've ever done, right? To be a money coach and to say, back in the day, I gave my boyfriend money to flip from my refund check. Like, that's embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. So this boyfriend was into some things, okay? I'm not going to go into detail of what those things are because I ain't going to jail. So we're just going to leave it at that. He gave me this little spiel about how he was going to take $3,000 from my refund and then turn it into $8,000. So I'd keep $6,000 and he'd take $2,000. So my dumb behind was like, okay, that's not a bad idea. He's already making money, so there's really nothing that I have to lose, right? Little did I know, I had $3,000 to lose. So long story short, I lost $3,000 and I lost the boyfriend. So the question I get around this time of year is, what should I do with it? Should I invest it? Should I enjoy it? Should I pay off debt? Should I save it? Here are 3 smarter things you should do with your refund check. Okay, go grab your pen and a piece of paper because I'm about to tell you what those things are. Number 1, start an emergency fund. If you don't have at least $5,000 saved in a high yield savings account, you need to save some of your refund. Check the description to see what I recommend as a high yield savings account. Your emergency fund should be able to cover at least 3 to 6 months of your budget if you were to lose your job. Number 2, invest it. If you invest that tax refund, it can have a huge impact on your retirement. This is a great time to put a huge chunk of it in an IRA. That $3,000 that I gave to my ex-boyfriend to flip, I could have put that in the IRA. And even if I didn't add anything to it, right now it would be over $7,200 at a 7% return. Think about all the things you bought over the last 5 years that you really got excited about at that time. Would you rather have those things or would you rather have the money? Me? I want my money back. Number 3, invest in yourself. Use that money to invest in self-improvement. A lot of people don't think about this when they're getting their refund. They think just like I did, like, let me buy as many high ticket items that I can enjoy because I don't know when is the next time that I'm going to have some more money to do this. So the topic of self-improvement might be far from your mind when you receive your tax refund. But don't sleep on self-improvement. Self-improvement could be your ticket to the life you always dreamed of. It could really be that ticket that allows you to afford all those high ticket items all the time, not just when you get your refund. You can consider taking a class, start a business, get a money coach, buy some books to read, and that's just a few things. But focusing on bettering yourself so you can ultimately generate more money is always a good idea. So if you take nothing away from what I said, take this. One of the worst things you could do with your refund is to use it to fuel an unsustainable lifestyle. If you're desperate for your refund so you can get caught up on your bills or so you could buy things that you always wanted, that's a sign that you're currently spending more than you make on a lifestyle that you can't afford. All you have to do is solve that problem and you'll get your finances under control. And the way you solve it is by using the 3 smarter things you should do with your refund check that I just gave you. So you don't have to spend next year's refund on your bills. All right, those are the 3 stupid things that I did with my refund check and 3 smarter things that you should do with yours. Catch me next time. Bye, Royals.